second part is group discussions. Okay, in the self introduction, each person will have 1 minute to present yourself. You can start.
I'd like to go first. So good morning. First of all, it's really my privilege to come here and get interviewed for the post as an English language teacher. After my introduction, I hope that you can get to know that I'm a competent and eligible candidate for this post. Well, English has always been my passion in my life, and it gives me confidence and equips me as an eligible and competent person in today's English-speaking world. And education, meanwhile, is such a meaningful mission that it can help to nurture the next generation and facilitate the economic development. When these two go together, it becomes English education, and in which I'm really enthusiastic about that, simply because it's meaningful and it can exert huge impacts in our next generation, in which they are perceived as the pillars of the future. And as a candidate for this post, I think I'm highly qualified to be an English teacher, not just because of my academic qualification, but also because of my passion for English teaching. And I believe my rich experience in private English tutoring during my college life and my summer internship in a teaching center, they can all together equip me and help me familiarize with the classroom scenario. And I believe through those experiences, I possess the right skill and the techniques to teach in the education sector. Last but not least, I hope I can be given these golden opportunities to serve the community and to teach to the student and learn skills to broaden my horizon through this job. Thank you.
My name is Chen Hyewon, and I taught in Hong Chin Tao College for 2 years as a TA. I believe I have enough experience to teach a class. And also, I graduated from City University of Hong Kong, and my major subject is English. And the reason that I want to be a teacher is I love the kids. I believe children are our future. We should teach them well and let them lead the way. Children need someone to look up to, especially the teacher. Moreover, I feel proud of myself if the students get a good result. Since most of the Hong Kong students are weak in English, and I want to make use of the power of a teacher to push them.
Good morning, I'm Nick Lee. I graduated in Construction Engineering Management from City Universities of Hong Kong. And after that, I studied at the Hong Kong Institute of Education for a degree in English language and a postgraduate at Diploma. And therefore, I think that I'm good at management, at classroom management and teaching. Also, I have been a teacher's assistant as my part-time job, and trainee teachers. So when I graduate at HKIED, I teach in secondary schools in Kowloon for 2 years. So I know that's the full of being a professional teacher. Thank you.
Thank you. Now you will have a discussion. This question is, what are the attributes of successful teacher? Let's start the discussion.
So, in concern of this topic, in my opinion, I think there are 3 aspects that teachers should possess in order to be successful. First of all is academically. Like the teachers, they themselves should have the qualification and the necessary certificate in order to be a good teacher. And I think this is just the prerequisite for the new entrants. But what's more is when teachers they get the job, they have to fulfill the lifelong learning in which they can keep learning, say from seminars, workshops, so that they can keep updated about what's happening in the education sector. And also, I think the teachers, after they possess all these skills, they not just teach from textbooks. They can use the knowledge that they learn, like from newspapers, to teach the student in the classroom. And what do you think?
I think all you said is also important in teaching life, but I think that the most important is the class management, and because there are many students in the class, and some of them may be naughty, so you must manage them in a positive way to make them to study.
Of course, and the education qualification is the fundamental. In my opinion, teachers should be patient, understanding, and kind. They can put themselves in their students' shoes and imagine what the students are thinking and feeling. And also anticipating what they need in order to learn and fit.
Yeah, just now when I mentioned the three aspects, so I've mentioned the academic aspect, and candidate A has just mentioned the skills that is needed, which is classroom management, and I really agree with this, because as a successful teacher, the main purpose is to teach. If the teacher just really failed to manage the class, how come he or she can be able to teach the student, and the student are less likely to have any academic output? So, and then candidate C has mentioned about the skill, which is the character of teachers, which is necessary, and I totally agree with this, because being caring and have the patience to care for the students, which is really important. Because as we know that nowadays the students, they not just have the problem in their learning skills, but their personalities. They need someone to really help them. It's like the parents, they just keep really looking after their children, and they really lack the children, they lack the ability to look after themselves. And I think teachers, they can exert their power just to help them to learn the right attitude and just not to be so dependent on their parents.
Yes. Also, there are a lot of emotion will be appearing in a student, and they will be angry, or they will be sad, and so ability that can watch that, can see the problem of the students, and is important for management.
Let's say my student is struggling, a good teacher hide that frustration and refrain from making extreme comment that only make the situation worse.
So apart from the external skills of the teachers, I think something internal that teachers have to be concerned about. Because in the education sector, the teachers that have lots of burden, many administrative work to do, but as I view it as my passion, I think it's fine. But it's good for teachers to relieve their internal anxiety in face of all the education reform, like the 3-4 system. So I think teachers, they themselves should be able to relax and really seek ways so that they can sometimes during the weekend just to have fun, so that they can get charged up and next week they can teach in the class again. So do you have any more to add? So in conclusion, I think from these 3 aspects, I think these are the attributes for successful teachers. this might probably round up our discussion.
Okay, thanks for your active participation during the discussion. Any question that you want to ask?
May I ask first? So, in face of the problems now in the education sector, so how about the EDB as the official of education? Like, what kind of policy or measures that can you come up with to enhance the quality of education in Hong Kong?
Oh, your question is quite challenging. We are considered now to promote small class teaching. And maybe also we will plan to hire more teacher assistants to reduce the workload of teachers.
Is there any plan to reduce the pressures of the teachers?
Actually, we will modify the teaching plan in each school terms, and if we find that these teachers have over workload, we will hire more teachers in order to have a good good teaching plan, and also we will invite teachers to give comment.
Okay, thank you.
Have any question? If not, I think this is the end of our interview, and you can go now.